cheese. All right, and welcome back to That's Some Cheese, part of the Vendetta Sports Podcast Network. Today is Monday, February 15th, 2021, and Jackson Law is here making his debut. I don't even know how to word this. I guess debut along with producer Alex. This is the first time Jackson's on the show with producer Alex. So Jackson, how are you? I just filled in for 2 of your shows. I feel like I'm wearing the Jackson cape from last week.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, doing much better than what I was last week. I won't, gross people out with too many details. Just know food poisoning from Popeyes. That's it. That's
no free
that's
ads,
it. That's the
Jackson.
tweet.
No free ads.
Trust me, no, this isn't an advertisement. This is saying don't eat
Oh.
Popeyes, man. It fights back.
Anyway, I guess this is my opening rant. Today, I went to the other chicken place, no free ads. And one of the things I noticed is it doesn't matter what day or time or week or month it is, they're always jam-packed. It does not matter. And the other thing I noticed is, like, how much money are they making, man? Like, I went into the store and they're wearing, like, cow masks. Like, their employees are taken care of, man. Like, it doesn't matter what time. This is actually a good transition. It doesn't matter when it is. It could be Tuesday on 6 a.m. I don't even know if they're even open, but they're always busy. My point is, we're in the dog days of February. The football offseason has not started. Basketball and NHL are in the middle of the season where fans kind of tune it out until we get closer to the playoffs. MLB hasn't started yet. So my message to the group is be creative. And you notice nothing got done today because we don't have nobody that can do anything creative unless I actually come up with the ideas. So my message to the group is let's be creative. So I don't have any notes, Jackson. We're just going to dive right into it. I didn't even give you topics.
I love it. Winging it. Yeah. No, let's just go for it, and we'll fight through the crappy internet on my end too. So let's do it.
All right. First things first, I actually have to find this Slack group message, but I want to send this in here because I have a little bit of an announcement to make. And again, producer Alex can decide if he wants to add this in. It's kind of a douchey move. So I just sent it in the Slack group message, but
I'm not taking the blame for making the call here. That's on you.
No, you're making the call. I want nothing to do with this call. So you can delete this portion or not. I did not get my baseball job back. And as we mentioned from last week, I have problems getting hired. Like, it is difficult for me to get hired as someone that owns a business, as someone that's been in this industry for like 5 years, as someone that's... Are you guys frozen? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Keep going.
Jackson,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, never mind.
I hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so I did not get my baseball job back. For those who know or don't know, I used to work as a baseball video scout. So what I'm going to be doing is I've been thinking about this. I'm going to try to, I'm going to get a part-time job as working in a gym. So I sent this in the Slack group message. You guys can decide if you want to share this picture or not, but that's what I looked like in college. So
wait, we're gonna put this on I'm gonna put this up on the video. That's gonna come up on the screen right here. This picture. Are you on the far right? I'm trying to.
I exited out. Yes, that is me.
Big boy Trey, Uncle Trey's a little big boy. Yeah.
So yeah, company update. I'm gonna be, since I didn't get my baseball job back, I'm gonna be trying to work part-time as a gym until the site starts to earn some serious revenue. And what I'm gonna do is take some of that, and for all the people that make my life easy, like this guy Alex, Sophie, Emma, I'm gonna be using some of that to make sure these guys get paid regardless of if the site's making a lot of money or not come the end of the internship. So that is the plan of action as of right now. You guys can decide if you want to include that or not, but that is my sort of plan. I believe in transparency.
Was this a bald Trey decision or an unshaven Trey decision?
I don't know.
I just noticed that we decided to just go full clean slate and went to Mr. Clean today. So I was just wondering.
Yeah,
if
I cut my own hair.
It was one of those. It was just one of those. That's how it was back in the day, back in those wrestling days. So we were like, all right, let's get that mentality back with that appearance.
I don't even know how to answer that.
I don't even know how you're supposed to. I just am. I like it. This has to be included because at the end of the day, this is on you making a decision for. This isn't a decision for yourself. This is a decision for everybody.
Right.
You're not doing this in a selfish way. Like, oh, I need to go make money because I'm not making money from this right now. This is on me. You just said it yourself. Like the stuff that I'm gonna make from this is gonna help me produce to those people that are doing their jobs and this and that. So I think it's a great topic.
I just need a little extra
selfless act from you.
Need a little extra cash, and I'm not qualified for much, but that is one thing I know how to do.
Has this been like?
I don't know how to change a tire. I don't know much, but that is one thing I do know.
Has this been in your head for a little while, or this was kind of just a spring moment type thing?
About 24 hours, I would say. Yeah. My brain's a mess, dude. It's all over the place.
It's definitely the best time to hop on an idea.
Jackson, do you have any thoughts? You've been
Fresh.
here for, I'd say more so than anybody not named Alex Chick. Pretty much.
I mean, Sophie's the GOAT, so I don't want to lose her, man. I don't.
No. Sophie is near and dear to my heart.
She makes my life so much easier, and she makes the videos with the thumbnails look so much more attractive than what they actually are.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, my message to the group is the people that make my life easier, like Sir Alex, Sophie, Emma. I think that's the end of the list. But those people, I'm gonna make sure that Bridget, who does the lead word, and now Tandemonium, so we can make sure those guys get a budget. That will be priority.
Yeah, and just to add to it, yeah, just from a personal perspective, I'm cool with those people, the people that make our lives easier. I'm cool handing them the cash first, just because that's what they do. They make everyone's life easier. I don't, because of Sophie, I don't have to learn how to use Photoshop or anything else to like really make the videos more attractive. I just record, make some basic edits, and hand it off to her. And no real rush to get them out. So whenever she gets them done, gets them to me, goes up, easy peasy. And then I purposefully didn't take the responsibility of having podcasts to where I was the one before we got all this help to do the helping with the recording, putting stuff out on social. I just didn't want to do that work because I already do a lot of stuff, not even just with the site, just I'm so busy that there was no way that I could be able to do it. But I know that for the two shows that I do, that having that extra person helps a lot. And I'm of course more than willing that if they're good at what they do, which of course Alex here is good at what he does, Bridget's amazing, So, Sophie, again, call her the GOAT. She is the GOAT. It is what it is. And I want them to stay around, to hang around, so that way they make our lives easier. And then, when the time comes and we got cash rolling in, then they get to benefit with the rest of us.
Yeah. Again, I don't know where we'll be months from now. It is impossible for me to answer, especially with the Corona stuff that is still going on. Which makes my life a lot harder than what it normally probably should be, considering what we are bringing in view wise. But that's the company update. I'm probably down about 25 pounds from that college picture, but I still got it. I can still bring it. So that's the update. Alex, any thoughts before we sort of jump into the show? Probably too long-winded.
No, that's good. I just got my news on my graduation stuff today with COVID and just I got to do.
Nonsense. It's all nonsense.
I'm just, a couple months ago I was saying I don't need to walk. I don't care, this and that. But now I'm like, I want to walk. Like, I did this. Like, I transitioned over. I went through this and that to get here. Like, I wanted to have that moment. I fucking did this. Like, this was me. And now I have to sit here and do a drive-through graduation where I get out of the car, I walk to a podium, I get my picture taken with my diploma, and then I walk back to the car and I drive away. Like, I say it what it is. The ceremonies are long and they suck, but I would have rather sat at that ceremony for 2-3 hours and, reflect on, damn it, I made it here. Like, I don't know. My school's definitely trying to make it successful for us, and they're trying hard, and I give them all that credit. But, this is just, I'm frustrated more now than anything.
If it makes you feel better, I did not go to my college graduation. Did not go. Had no interest in going. Jackson, you want to start the show now?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. Topic number 1. And I know Jackson has been more on this than probably anybody else, but NCAA football is back. And I wanted to dive into this because I still quite don't understand why Maximum Football has not called me. I can't figure it out. I don't know what they're doing. For those who don't know, and Jackson is primarily responsible for this, every Max Football search term you want to use, whether it be YouTube, Google, whatever, and our guy Scott has helped a lot in this too. But we have pushed the Max Football product more than pretty much anybody else. Now that NCAA football is coming back, please help me understand why Max Football hasn't called me.
I don't know. I don't think I can enlighten you in any other way that they're just kind of nose to the grindstone trying to figure out what they're going to do for the next release, which I don't even know exactly what their release plans are for the future. I know I saw an update that they were working on for the next gen consoles, but I don't know what they've got outside of that. And, we talked about it in the Slack. I can't remember where else we've talked about it, but, this kind of may be the killing blow. Now it's EA, and EA tends to do EA things with their properties. So the game, there is a chance that it sucks, or there is a chance that it's full of microtransactions and they piss a lot of people off. But that's like the only hope that they have, and that the fact that it's probably going to be 2 years from now until the game drops. But they got a lot of work to do if they want to survive. And it would help. You're right. It would help if they called us. Hit us up.
Producer Alex, are you a big video game guy?
I play my fair share of Warzone here and there. I was a part of the Fortnite wave, I when I was a kid, and probably early years of high school, it was NHL, Madden, but then I got over that, and now it's really just Warzone.
I feel like producer Alex is really judging me for the haircut. He doesn't like clean shaven Trey.
I don't. I told you, grow out the beard. We can do clean shaven, but just grow out the beard.
Like how long do I have to make this beard? He just
doesn't want to talk to you now.
Yeah, I know. He's giving me dirty looks.
Didn't you just trim it? Like I thought you said you were like, it looks like you trimmed it a lot. Like you took like a lot off. It looks like.
No, yesterday I shaved the whole damn thing, like clean. Like this is a day old.
Why? Why'd you just go bare?
It's just what I do. I just shaved the whole thing off. It'll be back within 2 days. I'm a greasy Italian. He's just giving me dirty looks. I don't know how. I'm having a hard time getting through the show.
I wonder what we're gonna do when I have to look at you every day in the office. Like, what do I do?
What, like, how big do I need to make this beard? Like, do I?
No, it doesn't have to be too much, because too much is too much sometimes. It's like, just we gotta make it. It's gotta be different. Like, you either gotta have something here or something here. Like,
so like 40% James Harden.
I mean, that's pushing it, because you know how big his is. It's all the way out here. It's like.
So like 20% James Harden.
Probably.
I'm guessing he's just like nice and thick, covering the whole face. Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
then I gotta get one of those trimmers that like constantly keeps it the same length,
Yeah.
and then I feel like I'm too groomed, like one of those like guys that's like too groomed. He wears like skinny jeans, he wears like real tight shirts. His like the shirts are so tight where he constantly has like armpit sweat.
It's either that or Alex thinks you look like an egg when you're completely shaven and then in a bald head.
Well, I'm groomed, Trey. I got my senior portraits on Thursday, so I'm going to the salon to get 1.5 inches off tomorrow. Get a wash.
You're going full bun. Don't even lie.
No, I'm not. I got it. I got to wear it down. That's what I did for high school. Got to get 1.5 inches off. I got to thin it out. I got to go get a wash, get a condition, go talk to the nice ladies in the salon. That's how we do it around here, Trey.
Okay. Anyway, Jackson. Please help me because we didn't even answer this question. Please help me understand why Maximum Football has not called me. And Alex, we can clip this or the previous segment or whatever. We have done more favors for this company than anybody else imaginable. Like your series is the #1 searched series on their game. And not only that, but I specifically, and I have a post on this, we can link this in or whatever. I specifically emailed this company several times being like, dude, I will do your in-game broadcasting for free. And I'm not trying to sit here and toot my own horn, but like I'm worth more than for free. But I just wanted, hey, let's do them a favor and 2 years from now it'll pay off. I'm not worried about today. I'm worried about 2 years from now. These guys had the audacity to be like, nah, we don't need you. Nah. Like, what are they doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I sent them demos. I have a hard time believing a game that has no in-game broadcasting is going to do better than my demos. Get the fuck out of here.
And it's like we're not the only ones that were, trying to work with them. There was another YouTube group that is like featured in the game, like to the point where when I'm loading up the game and I'm fixing to go into the dynasty mode, it shows like a little like office room and then it shows a TV up on the screen, and these guys, like this YouTube group is like they're up on the TV screen, like it's showing like highlights from their show with gameplay in the background. Like it's not like active gameplay or anything. It's literally like a 10-second clip that they took from an episode on their YouTube show and then just put it in the game and up on there. And that's what it looks like. And it's like their faces and everything. And they were supposed to do this grand thing with the, like a simulation league. I have not seen or heard anything about that since the game dropped. In fact, they've moved on to another simulation league that they're doing that's like completely separate with 2K, I think. And I haven't kept up with it too much just because I'm not worried about other people's stuff that they're doing. I'm obviously trying to focus on what we got going on here. But I don't know, man. It's just and it's like all the devs, the dev team, the main guy, they've all just gone radio silent for months. The last update was they were putting the game on PC and then that was it. And it was like they used to have like they were really active in the community, sharing things, liking things, they like even like the videos that I made for it, they were sharing a lot of them. All of a sudden that just kind of stopped, and they stopped sharing a lot of stuff and interacting with people. I'm not on the Discord or anything, but if I had to go out on a limb, then I would say outside of maybe an update or two here and there, then the Discord is probably quiet outside of people just chatting about the future of the game.
Can we take like a 30-second timeout? You are such a gamer that you're like, I'm not into Discord, man. Like imagine how hardcore of a gamer some of these people are. Like, yeah, I'm in like the gaming Discord. Yeah. Like, do you think people really like get off on that shit? Like that is wild.
It's just all a Discord is just like a group of people that share interests, and then you just chat with each other on there. So it's like Maximum Football has their Discord, and then they let people in there to let people chat about it. Like, believe it or not, I'm actually in there with one of our sponsors. I'm in a Discord with one of our sponsors. XP Coffee has a Discord, and so I'm in on their Discord.
That's more acceptable. Last thing, and then we should wrap this
up. Nothing happens there. All all that happens. I'll just real quickly. All that happens in that Discord is I just get updates. They're like, "Hey, we posted something to social media." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I saw it like an hour ago on Twitter."
Last thing before we wrap this up, did we just send like a personal email to Doug Flutie? Because isn't he like the guy that owns the game?
He doesn't own the game. I think they just use his rights. I think he sold them the rights to his likeness and his name.
So do we email Doug Flutie? Because otherwise, like, their shit's just going in the tank.
I mean, we can email him. Just be like, "Yo, Doug, what up? Saw that one highlight of you in college. Let us do be a part of your game."
All right, we have Jackson Law on the show. Make sure to follow him. J Law 1995, right?
Yep.
All day J.K. Dobbins in the producer booth. You know what we should do? Let's start sending Sophie some timestamps on these breaks. Let's save her some time. That's my Valentine's Day gift to Sophie. Let's just start sending her timestamps on these breaks. Let's make her life a little easier. Myself, Trey Dauber, and I'm going to shout out the Twitter handles for the show before we take our break. That's some cheese minus the E for Twitter. _ that's some cheese for the Instagram. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. In case you hadn't heard, your favorite Renegade Sports Media Group has its own Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media to support our efforts to continuously bring you sports, gaming, and other media coverage as only we can. We've got 4 different membership tiers. For $3 a month, we'll give you a simple thank you on our Patreon site. For $6 a month, you get a thank you and you get to become a recruit in Jackson Law's Vendetta University Gaming Series. For $10 a month, you get everything from the previous tiers, a special thank you at the end of our videos, free access to our upcoming Discord chat, and a free koozie after 4 months. And then the big dog, $50 a month, gets you everything from the previous tiers, as well as opportunities for Fantasy League invites, stream gaming, possible invites to mock NFL and NBA draft sessions, a once-a-month Google Hangout, and after 4 months, a free t-shirt. Yeah! Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media and help us to improve our pledge to bring you the best sports, gaming, and other media coverage.
All right, we're back. Again, the guest for today is Jackson Law. Make sure to follow him, J-Law 1995. I don't really have much else, Jackson. The only other thing I wanted to talk about is, because I know you're a big NBA guy. The more time that goes on, the more I'm like, nah. Trey's turning into a hockey guy. Like, not just like a little bit of a hockey guy, like to the point where screw the NBA, dude. Let's just be hockey guys. And you mentioned this in the Slack.
Well, I mean,
give me like 20 more seconds and then I'll hand it over. You mentioned this in the Slack, but the number one thing that drives me nuts about the NBA, and I actually did watch your Memphis Grizzlies play the Lakers. I can't watch crybaby LeBron get every call. I can't do it. The flopping is ridiculous, dude. The flopping is nonsense. And I know there's the fights in hockey are not like they used to be, but there's at least a little physicality in there. I can't watch the ticky-tack fouls. And it's not just LeBron, it's anybody. Like the James Harden calls, like, please stop. Like, at least knock the guy over once. And the technicals are out of control. I can't do it.
Yeah. So just specifically about that flopping incident, it was the most egregious and one of the worst floppings that I have ever seen of any basketball. And I've been watching basketball for a very long time, pretty much my entire life. I've watched the NBA. Literally no one touched him. In fact, it got to the point where even the NBA had to acknowledge it and give LeBron, their golden boy, a little slap on the wrist and say, hey, don't do that. But, of course, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to stop. But, that came from a guy that there's a quote out there that says, I don't need to flop. I don't know what flopping is. Well, obviously you do, LeBron. And then, for you also, it's understandable. The Celtics are kind of struggling a little bit this year. They haven't gotten into a groove. So I can see where you're where you're just like wanting to stick to a different sport, which is understandable because when my teams suck, I don't want to pay attention anymore either. But hockey is a lot of fun. I've got family. They're big Nashville Predator fans. So I've gone to their house before and I've watched Preds games. They've been a lot of fun. They obviously get energetic and I'm just kind of sitting there, trying to understand, what's going on. And the foul calling in the NBA, it is starting to get worse. And it's really the big three is LeBron, Harden, and Trey Young. They're the biggest crybabies
the Trey
in
Young
the NBA
games.
today.
Oh my God. Like most of the time I love to stand up for the fellow Treys. I can't stand that dude. He drives me insane watching his games. He's like a little 160-pound twig, and he gets every call. I mean, every call.
Yeah. And when he doesn't get his call, then he starts, berating referees and gets fined, because he flops on a screen.
Yeah. Let's put this poll up. Would you rather have my hair or Trey Young's hair?
Personally, I'd rather be bald than to look like, like the hairy popsicle or like the hairy little sucker, like that picture that's out there. Personally. It's basically just pubes on his head at that point.
Yeah, if I go too long without shaving, just plop that right on his head. Producer Alex, how do you feel about the NBA like foul calls? I know you've been a hockey guy longer than me, but it's like tough to watch the NBA sometimes. There are nights where I'm like, Jesus Christ, like get me to the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. I can't do this.
Yeah, I mean the call that really just gets me is when, and the flopping is flopping. That's just, that's kind of been a thing for a couple of years now. But the thing that really gets me is when we have guys taking threes, and we get just a little flick on the hand on the follow through, and you just get this back and you hit it back like this. That we're at the line for three. That's what pisses me off, because then potentially we're getting a 4-point play because they extended the defender extended his arm too far and just flicked his 3 fingers on the follow through. That's
not even that. We have guys that jump into people and then get calls.
And then
I was about to mention that. That is the thing that pisses me off more than anything, where it could be a game where I have nothing at stake in it whatsoever, and I am screaming at my TV, where you have your 3-point shooter here and the defender's up in the air right here, jumps forward and sideways and just tosses the ball straight up in the air, and they get the call. Luka Doncic has started to do that, and I've been getting really annoyed at him to be doing that recently. And I like Luka. Don't make me hate you, Luka. Don't make me hate you.
Well, and now to go off that, he's just playing, and these guys are just, they know they're going to get a call there. So, like, why would you not? It's a free 3 shots there.
I hate it. That's stupid, what pisses me off.
But it's a smart play. He's going to go to the line for 3 because of that.
It's getting tough to watch. Like, I'm tuning the NBA out more and more, especially now that I'm watching hockey, because we at least do. It's not the same, but we at least do have a lot of physicality in hockey. I was watching the Capitals the other night. That Tom Wilson guy, he just lays fuckers out. I know there's not like 30 of those guys in the league, but God, like, at least there's something there. You can't go 2 minutes in the NBA without a foul. And especially the technicals. The technicals where it's like clearly like the guy's trying to play the ball and it's like, well, you're going to get an extra free throw because you were a little too aggressive there. Can't do it.
It's the NBA is so soft. It's starting to reach like soccer level with how bad they're just like flailing around out there.
I think women's soccer is tougher than NBA right now. 1,000%.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying that, like, when the few times that I've get to watch like the European leagues or even in the World Cup, where it's like a dude gets he gets tackled pretty hard, you would think that someone shot his leg off. The way that he's rolling around, just like, oh my God, it hurts. Just like,
I think the NBA is worse.
You think you have to amputate his leg. Yeah, like he and then like 2 seconds later, he's like, "Oh, I'm good."
Did you see Jimmy Butler the other night? He's just laying on the floor and he's like,
Yeah, exactly. You see, with Jimmy though, that could I couldn't tell if he was like legitimately trying to sell it or if he was just being sarcastic.
Kyle Lowry's the worst.
That's just how Jimmy is.
Kyle Lowry's the worst. Producer Alex he's kind of a Philly guy, kind of.
I just live around here. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
Kyle Lowry, you can't lay a pinky on that dude.
I just don't like when we're dribbling in here. We start to make our move, and then as soon as there's somebody, we just cock our head back and just lean back, and it's just like, just even though nothing happens, it's just trying to look for the call. LaMelo Ball started to do that too.
The TikTokers.
Yeah, Chris Paul does that a lot too.
Can we spend like 2 minutes on my Celtics, Jackson? Because you mentioned this. I didn't want to even talk about him. I didn't even want to talk about him. And then you're like, oh, Trey doesn't like the NBA because his team stinks. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. You know what pisses me off more than anything? We did a group chat during the offseason. And I was specifically told how losing Gordon Hayward wasn't that big of a deal, Jackson, that you could let him walk out the door and they weren't really losing anything. And their ball movement stinks. They don't pass the ball. Gordon Hayward was like I think he was their best facilitator. I don't think that's what people understood about the Celtics. Now, he wasn't healthy a lot. But when he was out there, the offense was always at its best, even if he was like hampered. Just because he would make the smart passes that nobody else can do right now. They stink. And Kemba Walker, I think he might be the single most hated Boston athlete in my entire life. Like, just my personal list, like ever. And it's not because like I've always hated him. It's that he's gone from I liked Kemba Walker to I can't fucking stand him. I hate him. I do want to pose this question to Alex, producer Alex. I can't stand when he wears Yankee hats during his like post-game pressers. It drives me insane. It's one thing if he's out there dropping 28 and the Celtics are winning, but when he fucking sucks and then he's wearing the Yankee hat, I don't want to hear from you. Like, please stop. I don't know how else to say it, but if Kemba Walker would just like go away, I would be significantly happier today.
Wasn't that article written that was saying that is Kemba on his way out? Is this kind of is just with the struggles this season? Is this kind of it? Almost.
I don't know how they're going to move him though. I don't know how they're going to move. Who would want him? His knees are shot.
There's no way they can move him.
Producer Alex, does that piss you off? Right. Go
ahead.
Let's say Luke Voigt. He's just up there and he's wearing Celtics hats after every single game.
Yeah, it's false advertisement. I mean,
not even that. Let's use Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez is struggling his balls off, and he's up there wearing Boston Celtics hats after every game.
Wears a Bruins jersey for the conference. Like, what? It just does. I mean, it's bad advertisement. You're playing for like, you want to get hated even more, and especially to your point, Trey, where you're like, especially after a bad game, and then he's wearing a Yankees hat.
Bad game.
For what?
I think the Celtics are -9 when he's on the floor per 100 possessions this year. Like every time he's out there, they are worse.
And that was not. This was. I mean, were you expecting this? I don't think so.
No, he's reincarnated Brad Wanamaker. Peyton Pritchard's the only good thing I can smile about today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys got a steal in the draft on that one.
Jackson, the NBA sucks. Let's just make a pact.
Picking him what? What'd you pick him at?
26.
Yeah. I mean, just to bring up my Grizz, they're not doing terrible considering all things considering. They're at 500 right now. Jaren Jackson still out. Justice Winslow still out. Ja has kind of tampered off a little bit, but you can attribute that, or you can give the excuse that he was injured after a few games after his hot start. And then when he came back, he got a few games. And then the NBA forced him to sit for like over 2 weeks because of contact tracing. And then now he's just now trying to get back into form. So the NBA is still fun for me just because I'm watching my guys, grow and everything. But I agree with you. I would much like to start watching some more hockey and, watch a fight or two, something to get excited about, something to get the adrenaline going.
You being a Grizzlies fan is a perfect example. Do you think you will ever in your life see the Memphis Grizzlies hold up the Larry O'Brien trophy?
I mean, the fan in me would really like that, but
Do you honestly believe it?
Probably not, just because of the stuff that's against them, being the second smallest market. The only smaller market to Memphis is New Orleans, and it's tough to get free agents there. And, as great as I think Ja and Jaren are going to be, may not be enough because the NBA is so fluid. You got guys that will team up in one spot for 2 or 3 years, and then they leave and team up with other superstars because we've decided that championships matter above everything else. Like, it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, that all that matters is championships, which it kind of does. So probably not.
My point is, like, your favorite hockey team, they get hot for a month and they can win the cup. It doesn't matter who it is. You get the pucks in deep, you get it on net, things bounce your way, you can win the puck. Your team doesn't even have to be that good. Feel like you're always in it. Except for Alex's Rangers. They kind of stink.
Yeah, they're a little frustrating right now.
I wrote a post today. Your guy, Zibanejad or whatever his name is, that guy sucks.
He's struggling this year.
He sucks.
Was a playmaker last year, so it's kind of very shocking that this is happening to him this year.
The only thing he's good at is rock, paper, scissors.
That was funny, though. That was funny. You got to give him that. I also thought that was so stupid. Like, just go sit down and relax. I get it, your home ice or whatever. But
I don't even know where I would start at with hockey.
First of all, Boston's very good. But, I mean, we got to get some points from these games because that's the problem with this COVID season. You're playing a lot of these good teams consistently over and over and over. We're not going to go play a bad team here and there. So that's why you got to try to find points somehow. Taking them to overtime is going to get one, but you got to start getting wins. Sitting here,
your top guy stinks. He can't even put the ball in the net or on the net.
Yeah, can't even get shots.
If I took like shots for every shot he took, I wouldn't even get drunk.
Yeah, but and it's crazy how you can just switch up and you can just get in a slump like this. I mean, last season he was the leader. He was the guy, and it's crunch time for him because I don't know what they're gonna do with him next season if this keeps coming up.
Jackson, what do we do? How do we become hockey guys?
I don't know, man. I don't know where to start. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. I just gotta start watching games, I guess. They don't put them on ESPN, so I guess I'll just have to start watching Preds games, and I'll just become a Predators fan, and we'll see where that takes me in a year or two.
Let's do it. Let's just be hockey guys. Fuck the NBA. It's terrible. If your last name's not LeBron or if your last name isn't James or Durant, you got no shot.
That's true.
I have no topics left. I don't even know how long this episode is. Where are we at?
AD's hurt. He's out 2 to 3 weeks.
See, he's another guy. Dude, I don't need to see you cry about every injury. It's awful. I was tougher than him at age 8.
it's just a rough time for sports, dude. Like this is literally the worst. Like mid to late February is honest to God the worst time if your world revolves around sports. And I can only imagine the terrible topics that are being talked on like First Take or Undisputed.
Ugh. Let's
Like
not even go there. Let's not go there.
I saw one thing. It was like 3 or 4 days after the Super Bowl. I'm going there because it's stupid. They were talking about how legitimate was Tom Brady's apology to Tyrann Mathieu
I
for
can't do it.
calling
I
him a
can't do
bitch
it,
on the
Jackson.
field.
I can't do it, Jackson. I can't do it. Can't do it. That's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
It's just stupid. It's just stupid. That's what we should just write about. That's what everybody at Vendetta should just write about.
We're better than that. Producer Alex, you got anything else? I got nothing.
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on the people who made the trophy, the Lombardi Trophy, and they were asking for an apology from Tom Brady because he threw the trophy and he disrespected them?
Was it a man or a
Just thoughts
woman
on
that's?
It was her. I think she's the daughter of who like created
Daughter
the
or
whole
granddaughter,
trophy.
one of the
And
two.
like
First of all,
granddaughter, you might be right.
Who's a trophy guy? Like who is a
Yeah.
trophy guy? Honestly,
But like, is that soft for like that's soft for her to ask that?
not even
right?
that. Like
I don't think she deserves an apology. For
I'll
that,
give an
but,
example.
it's
Like I will not buy jerseys that have last names on it, and I do not keep trophies. Every single medal or trophy that I've ever won in wrestling has ended up in the trash the following day. I do not keep any of that shit. That shit is worthless to me. What matters to me is getting the W. Do you think Tom Brady gives a single shit that he has a trophy in his hand? It's good for one day. After that, he doesn't care if he ever sees it again. The only thing he's worried about is the next one. I don't care about that trophy. Nobody does. Who's the trophy guy?
He gets the ring.
Alex, if you ever win trophies in your life, you're not that guy that keeps like, I won my 8th grade soccer intramural. Let me hang it. Let me keep this one forever.
I got a participation medal.
You don't keep
and
those.
I'm gonna keep it. No, I don't keep those. Who keeps
Losers.
those? You
Losers.
tried.
Jackson, you're not a trophy guy.
No, I mean my parents wanted to keep them, so I just let them have it. The only
Yeah, there you go.
the only
That's
thing
better.
that ever I had 3 baseballs in my room on a shelf. One of them
It's a little
was signed by Nolan Ryan,
Yeah, that's not
and
the
then-
same.
and then I know, and two of them were home runs that I hit. They were the only 2 home runs I ever hit in baseball, and like that was it. They were just like sentimental, like nothing written on them or anything, and they weren't even really on the shelf. They were just like in my room in a drawer. And
Jackson's
it's just
a
like,
Jersey
oh yeah,
guy,
that's
though.
a baseball I hit.
Jackson's a Jersey guy. I can't rock another dude's last
I
name.
am a Jersey guy.
I can't do it.
I collect jerseys.
Why are you like that, Trey? I can't wear another guy's name on my.
It's weird.
not. It's not.
It's weird. It's weird. I can't rock another dude's last name. I have a lot of Red Sox jerseys. None of them that have the last name on them.
I'm wearing one right now. Yeah. I'm rocking a Denver one right now under my sweatshirt.
Can't do it.
I got Jokic.
But like, what if he's like a real asshole? Like, what if Jokic doesn't tip the waiters at night? You're just rocking him, man.
But who knows that? Who knows that?
I mean,
who knows that?
they
Nobody.
probably give him bad service.
Do it. I can't rock another man's jersey. It's weird. I think once he hit the age of 18, that was it for me. I can't do it. All right, what else we got? That's it. We're closing it out. With Jackson's internet, I can't even see half the shit he's saying.
Go ahead.
Point exactly. So that's gonna do it for That's Some Cheese. Make sure to follow Jackson, JLaw 1995
Just
on
like the
Twitter.
jerseys, man.
What's happening? Make sure to follow Jackson on Twitter, JLaw 1995. JK Dobbins in the booth all day, AJ27 on Twitter, myself, Trey Dalbert. shout out to socials again. Alex runs those, so make sure to follow those. That's Some Cheese minus the E for Twitter, _ That's Some Cheese for the Instagram. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.